Rotorua tonight on City News. Prime Minister says cost of the Rina disaster could reach $100 million. Geothermal power helps out Rotorua hotels. And more Bay-wide cricket this weekend. Those stories and more up next tonight on City News. Prime Minister John Key has been in Tauranga counting the cost of the oil spill and clean-up of the stranded cargo ship Rina. Mr Key says the cost of the oil clean-up alone is approaching $10 million. And he says the cost of a long salvage operation could see the final bill rise to $100 million. And Maritime New Zealand Salvage Unit Manager Kenny Crawford says salvagers continued today to focus on gaining access to the starboard tank of the ship in an effort to begin pumping oil from there as soon as possible. He says about 808 tonnes of oil has been pumped off the Rina after salvors emptied the port side tank number 5 yesterday morning. However, the remaining 575 tonnes must be offloaded before removal of the 1,288 containers on board can begin. Meanwhile, a total of 812 tonnes of oily waste has been removed from beaches so far, with more volunteers on the beaches today. Volunteer coordinators are calling for more volunteers as clean-ups were planned throughout next week. A call is also going out for help at the wildlife centres, and to sign up, call 0800 oil spill. Contractors are continuing repairs to the Maui pipeline with news releases on Vector website estimating the time frame for the repairs as another 2 days. Meanwhile, Rotorua businesses continue to manage the crisis. Hotel operators in the city say our hotels are in a better position than some in the Upper North Island as geothermal power has enabled them to continue services with minimal interruption. Rotorua Mayor Kevin Winters is describing the New Zealand Transport Agency's newly released draft state highway program as a bombshell that could mean the slow strangulation of Rotorua's economic future. Mr Winters says the report's failure to include any funding for the next stage of the Rotorua Eastern Arterial route until at least 2018 financial year was totally unacceptable. Mr Winters says the future safety of Rotorua's motorists, pedestrians and cyclists and the city's ability to service its visitor industry, especially those using the international airport, were both heavily dependent on the new arterial route going ahead. However, the postponement of funding for the Eastern Arterial has been welcomed by Māori whose land would have been affected by the road. Secretary of Te Papa at Ruamoa Trust, Peter State, says Māori gave land for Te Ngai Road and that is enough.
I could say on behalf of the trustees that the roads that exist are working quite efficiently at the moment. They are the lands of the same people that own the Papa Ruamoa. And that land taking way back then, which provided Te Ngai Road and Vaughan Road, that compensation matter is still to be settled. But in the meantime, they're still attempting to take even more land. And they need to grow up. They need to mature and realise in this modern world you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing.
In other news, TV Rotorua would like to invite you to come and see us at the Home and Garden Show this weekend. We'll be there to answer any questions you have. We would love to see you, and you can enter our draw to go in to win a Freeview HD decoder. In sport tonight, cricket's Bay-wide Cup is up and running. However, rain has affected play and teams have had their points averaged out. With more, here's Bay of Plenty Cricket's Mark Webb.
Present point in time, Tauranga Boys and Mount Maunganui top the table with a total of 45 points, closely followed by East Bay United on 29 points. Hoping for a better weekend this weekend so we can get some solid cricket in. As I mentioned, a lot of rain interfered matches, which means that the points have been averaged out.
And we have more from Mark Webb in tonight's City News. A look at your weekend weather, Rotorua. Tonight, fine northeast winds, overnight a low of 12. Tomorrow Saturday, mostly cloudy, possible shower, northeasterlies, a high of 17 and low of 12. Outlook for Sunday, cloudy at times, possible shower, northerlies, a high of 18 and low of 11. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Saturday, variable 5 knots, tending northeast 10 knots for a time in the afternoon and evening. Waves less than half a metre and a few showers. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, Bay of Plenty Cricket's Mark Webb with cricket news. Amanda has what's on. But after the break, I'm in the studio with Pauline Jones to talk about road safety.